It's go time.
Yeah.
Oh, yes! It is Wednesday night. Week 3 is in the books. Me and Big Sin did our thug sizzle, made the right amount of bets, and we're in the win column once again. But don't take my word for it. Y'all stay tuned and join us here on That NFL Show. Big Sin is in the building. Hollywood J Black is in the building. Lady Di with the heart on our post is in the building. We had some madness going on last week, but it's about to get real interesting this week. So let's go! Woo! 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 Oh, man.
Whoop, whoop, die, whoop, whoop.
Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is your boy James, a.k.a. Hollywood J Black, live in the building once again. Back up here Wednesday for that damn NFL show. And as usual, you know how we do. I got my main mans, Big MFN Sin in the building. How you doing today, sir?
Man, I am doing lovely, fucking lovely. It is Wednesday. The week is almost over. I got me a nice little long vacation lined up for this weekend because Sunday is going to be very emotional for your boy, but we'll talk about that in a little while.
Well, do I got to play the song? Do I got to play the song for you, sir?
No, because the motherfuckers during the 49ers-Packers game did the most fucked up commercial for the game this week when they played the fucking Adele song while doing fucking showing Tom Brady and the Patriots and the Belichick. Yeah. Fuck you, NBC. Fuck you. Okay.
So if you guys don't know it yet, but my man Big Sin is conflicted with his fandom because the quarterback.
I'm not conflicted with shit. I'm rooting for the Patriots.
I know you're rooting for the Patriots.
Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski for everything they did for my favorite franchise of 35 plus years. But right now, this week, son, they are the fucking enemy.
So I will tell you, and I'm gonna be nice about it because I love and respect Tom Brady, who's from the Bay. Salute. Tom Brady is a once in a lifetime quarterback. There is, as much as you may hate him for things like the tuck rule, not you, but the fans out there.
No, okay, you can't hate him for the tuck rule because I was the referee. So Raider fans, go fuck yourself too.
As much as they try to bring up Deflategate, and
that was never even proven, and they suspended him 4 games. Guess what? You had a healthy Tom Brady all the way through the season, and they won a fucking Super Bowl. So fuck you, Roger Goodell.
As much as they thanked Adam Vinatieri, they give Adam Vinatieri more credit. There's a lot of things that they try to give more credit to when it comes to Tom Brady instead of Tom Brady actually being a great quarterback. Okay, and that's what it simply comes down to. Are we ever going to get the matchup that we wanted in the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the 49ers with Tom Brady facing his hometown team? No, probably not.
No. If that was going to happen, it was going to be 3 years ago, but he choked it to the Tennessee Titans in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, there was also the year that we both fucked up our respective championship games when the Giants we fucked up when the Giants won, and then the one where you guys fucked up the one with the Ravens, and we just can't win. We couldn't get that together.
One day it'll be 49ers Patriots, but me and Hollywood and the homeboy John will probably all be dead in the ground when it happens. Because Tom Brady, at this point, Tom Brady's going to outlive us all and still be playing in the NFL.
Damn. Old man Tom. You got to salute the GOAT. You got to salute the legend. That's really what it comes down to. But that's enough of that.
Yeah, so what me and James wanted to do before we get into week 3 and our record and everything going on last week, we want to talk about a couple of things that we learned in week 3 of the NFL. And I will start. I learned that the New England Patriots offensive line is absolutely shit if Trent Brown is not on that bitch.
Is that what you learned?
That's one of the things I learned.
That's one thing you learned. I learned that without remotely a decent running back, the 49ers have serious fucking problems.
I learned that the Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers are suspect 3-0 teams, but the Carolina Panthers are probably the only good 2 out of the 2.
Well, the Sam Darnold is the truth when he's away from Adam Gase. Hey, did you ever hear about the Adam Gase train? Have you ever heard about that?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Yes. So for those that don't know, for you Bears fans that are out there, every time that Adam Gase leaves, the team that he is with wins a championship.
But 1 year. This might make Jay Cutler. He's an Adolf Hitler, Nazi, KKK 666. I'll see you in your dreams. Okay, buddy. Anyway.
Gotta get him the block real quick. There we go.
Dumbass. Anyway. If you take Adam Gase's career, Jay Cutler may be the greatest quarterback in NFL history. Because he took the Denver Broncos to the playoffs with Adam Gase as his offensive coordinator.
Yes, but he took him there as in he bought the plane tickets. You know what I'm saying? Made sure that
they made it to the second round that year.
Made sure that his hotel accommodations were pretty decent. He got him there. Yes, he did get them there. But
while smoking in Newport.
While winning a championship, the whole thing was literally Von Miller and the Broncos defense that won Peyton Manning that championship in Denver because they shit the bed when they had to play Seattle. Okay, so
from the snap, the very first snap, literally, shit went over his head and he ended zone for a safety.
All bad, and that tells you everything you need to know about that 1 year. But that defense is what carried Denver. No question about that. But even in high school and college, every place that he left as a coach, every time he left, the year after he leaves, they win a championship. Even when he was a player in high school, they never won a championship. The high school that he went to, they never won a championship with Adam Gase. And the moment that he leaves, they win the state championship.
Yeah, you know who's going to break that? Who's going to break that trend?
Who?
Well, the Miami Dolphins already did. The Jets ain't winning the championship anytime soon, and neither is Sam Darnold. So,
well, the year after Adam Gase left, the Dolphins had a winning record. Okay.
Yeah, but they still didn't make the playoffs, though. They still missed.
They should have.
They should have, but they didn't.
Other things we've learned. Hold on, wait. I got one more thing I've learned.
Oh, okay. What's that?
One more thing I've learned. Are you ready for this one?
What's that?
The Dallas Cowboys defense is legitimate.
I have one more thing I learned, too.
Sure.
People need to start holding Patrick Mahomes accountable for his shitty throws.
Man, he's making the throws that Andy Reid wants him to.
No, what I'm talking about is my man is this way. He throws the ball this way, and they blame the wide receiver for not catching it, but it getting picked off.
I mean, well, he should have been.
You're looking this way. Why are you throwing this way, sir?
He should have been there. Should have been there. He should have anticipated.
You're a goddamn Patrick Mahomes apologist. You should hate that man like everybody else does. Because of this and his goofy fucking throws, beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
That's not what happened. That's not how he beat us. He beat us because just like what happened in this Packers game that I'm going to tell you about, okay, that we're going to talk about later on.
We got a bit.
But we failed at the end of the day to maintain the defense that got us to where we needed to be in order to fucking win. All we had to do was create what he would have thought was a safe space and then fuck with Patrick Mahomes' head. We didn't do that for the last 5 minutes of the game. And that's what happened. And that's what happened in this Green Bay game. We gave Aaron Rodgers like a minute and something, and we never.
No, you gave him 39 seconds.
Oh, so that's even worse. You could have just let me ride with the minute, okay?
No. So I'll actually get to the semantics of that, but that dude we blocked, I'm actually surprised. We actually got a hater who's spamming our chat for the first time.
What the hell? That was a weird dude. Anyways, Big Ray's in the building. What's going on, Ray?
What's up, Ray? Yeah, the Raiders are dangerous. We'll get to them here in a little bit. They are playing very well. So let's just get this out the way real quick. Last week, myself and Hollywood J Black both went 11-5, giving us playoff berths in any division last year.
Mm-hmm.
And total on the season so far, I am 29-19, and he is 31-17. So I'm 2 games behind. But let's just get into this nonsense. It's good to see you too, Ray.
Yes, good to see you too. Good to see you too, my dude.
All right,
yes.
So let's get into this nonsense and talk about the first of our undefeated teams. As we predicted, the Carolina Panthers went and beat up on the nobody gives a shit about the Houston Texans.
Oh, well, did we not cover? We didn't cover the Thursday game.
That was the Thursday game.
That was the Thursday game?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Oh, if you're sure. Oh, you're right. That is right. That is right. I apologize.
Remember, when they did the schedule for this year, Deshaun Watson was still allowed to play football.
Oh, yeah. And then, yeah. So, the Texans decided to go into this game with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, because Tyrod Taylor has the worst luck in NFL history for a quarterback.
Yeah. So, we thought this was going to be one of those OG stomp-out games for Carolina. It was going to be one of those beat-em-up games until Christian McCaffrey got hurt.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold still did his thing and played a good game.
Yes. He played a great game. I'm not going to sit here and lie that he didn't. I'm glad that Sam Darnold's doing great, but I am concerned about the lack of Christian McCaffrey, and we don't know his status coming in.
Yeah, we don't know we don't know what's going on with him, but what we do know is if he's not there, that defense is going to have to get continuing doing the job and protecting leads when they get them.
Yes, this is a bad year for running backs. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, James White's out for the season for the Patriots now.
Yeah, just saw it. He's got a reevaluation done.
And I'm just going to say this now because I don't want to cover it when we talk about the Patriots. Is I believe his career is over. He's had 2 season-ending leg injuries the last 3 years.
Well, at least the only thing is this is his hip. So at least it's not an ACL, which then you can say 2 ACLs for a running back is bad.
Well, Adrian Peterson got through 3 of them, so.
Yeah, but that's AP. And people still talking about signing them this year.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think the Patriots should sign him because they need help at running back.
Oh, fuck.
So next up is a game that I thought the Chiefs were actually going to beat the Chargers this week. Black said the Chargers, and I was like, I'm just going to vote with the Chiefs because Justin Herbert is still doing Justin Herbert things. He's doing the immaculate, but failing at the ordinary. But, again, I just talked about Patrick Mahomes and his questionable passes that he decides to throw.
I said
Los Angeles Chargers actually finished the game, and Asante Samuel Jr. made the game-winning interception in the fourth quarter.
That's gotta be one of those things that hopefully it starts a trend of great Asante Samuel interceptions. And
Asante Samuel, his dad was a beast.
Yes. And even up to the end of his career, Asante Samuel was a beast.
When he was in Atlanta?
Oh, yes. He was just on a bad Eagles team and eventually a bad Atlanta team.
Yep.
They were allowing him to do everything, and that
just those years in New England, the first 3 championships, he was a fucking monster.
Yeah. I'm finally glad that Justin Herbert limited the mistakes when it counted towards the end of the game because he made some mistakes in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, he did. And they aren't ordinary plays.
Yeah.
Like we said, we continue to have this issue with Justin Herbert. But I can't do the ordinary. I can only do the spectacular.
But remember, I said the problem with the Kansas City is their defense is ass trash. Yes. I said this. I said, as long as their defense is as bad as it is, anybody and everybody will have an opportunity to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They're not going to be able to outscore nobody. This isn't the Rams Chiefs from 2 years ago. This isn't like that.
Yeah.
This is what we are dealing with now is.
No, remember, it was 3 years ago because New England beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah. And so that's what you got to remember. This defense is this fucking bad, horrible. And Patrick Mahomes, yes, they just signed a wide receiver in free agency, and we'll get to that signing when we get to the Week 4 stuff.
My man going to show up looking like Smokey. You know.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, what you want to do, but. They got problems. The only way the Chiefs are going to be able to do everything is if they outscore anybody. And they got a gauntlet coming up in the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Yep.
I think
this week is a gimme for them, but after that, it gets a little tougher.
Never say gimmies. Not when you have a defense that bad.
No,
Nothing is
when you hear the team that they're playing, you might just give them a gimme.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see, guys. Go ahead.
All right. So next up, we have a team that actually had a lead in this game, but then just got demolished. But the team that lost had a 106-yard field goal return for a touchdown as the Arizona Cardinals beat the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Urban Meyer mind boggles me. Can I have a serious conversation for a second?
Of course.
A serious one. Herbs.
Herb.
Okay. Herbs. All right. You are in. You were. This was in the dome, wasn't it? This was in the.
It was in Jacksonville.
It was in. That's even worse. Listen, it's not. It's no longer hurricane season like it was. You didn't have the wind behind you to do what you fucking did. Oh my fucking god! This isn't Ohio.
If you're thinking that it was the Jaguars who kicked that kick, it wasn't. It was the Cardinals who kicked that kick, and the Jaguars took it back for a touchdown.
Oh, that's even worse. Why'd you say that? I didn't even know that. I was going to blame Urban Meyer.
No, that one's on the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah. Why did the Jaguars beat them? Oh, yeah, that's right. They got rookies everywhere. My bad.
And
I'm sorry.
And Trevor Lawrence needs help.
Help? Okay, see, I thought...
Okay, let me rephrase that. Trevor Lawrence needs Jesus.
All right, so listen, I really thought about Trevor Lawrence needing help. I really thought about this. I was like, Trevor Lawrence doesn't have the weapons around him to make this work. But then I realized that DJ Chark is his wide receiver.
And he's the leading receiver on the team.
And we compare DJ Chark is in the same mold as Debo and fucking what's his name from in Seattle.
Yeah,
DK. And all these dudes that have these initials or two-syllable first names as receivers that came out this draft a couple years ago have all been absolute fucking monsters. Okay, then we got the one rookie right receiver. What the fuck is his name? I can't remember right now, but. There's talent at the wide receiver position, which is the reason why Urban Meyer is, for some fucking reason, making this man throw downfield over and
55 times a game he is averaging.
So do you know that in his 7 interceptions, all 4 out of the 7 were from 30 yards or more? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Urban needs to realize this is not college anymore. The defenders in the NFL know how to read quarterbacks.
Forget the defenders, the defenses. He's going against guys. He's going against defensive coordinators that have been watching him for years. That when they found out Urban Meyer was coming to the Jaguars, the first thing they did was probably pull the last 20 years of fucking tape of fucking Urban Meyer. Okay,
and then said at the end of the meeting, "Well, if we give him a bad enough headache, he'll just quit and run away." So
yeah, exactly. But they have him scouted. They're like, all right, you want to throw deep? Okay. They remember the Troy Smiths. Okay. They remember the Alex Smiths.
There's a reason that no Ohio State quarterbacks actually work in the NFL.
No.
And that's a segue up to the next game. So
yeah. I just don't get why, for the life of me. Especially when you're dealing with Tyrann Mathieu.
Jasmine jinxed the Niners with her cheeseheads.
Well, we had a lot more problems than that. I don't even think if we were unjinxed, we had problems. We shouldn't even been as close as we were in that game, but I'll get to that when we get to it. Urban Meyer's got to slow Trevor Lawrence down. I appreciate the fact that this man wants to throw the fucking home run passes, but let's really be honest here. Who's the GOAT?
Mr. Thomas Kubrick.
Okay, who's the GOAT after him?
Mr. Joseph Montana.
Did Joe Montana and Tom Brady always go for home runs?
Nope. And that's why Brett Favre and Dan Marino are ranked below them, and John Elway. What he's trying to say is Brady and Montana, their success came from knowing you need to deke and dunk here and there and not always go for the kill. The only year Tom Brady always went for the kill was when he set the league on fire in 2006 with Randy Moss. And they lost the perfect season in the Super Bowl because they couldn't throw it short.
So big facts right here. I need to tell you. Does anybody know who the starting tight end of the Jaguars is? I sure as fuck don't.
And it's still Mercedes Lewis is on the Packers now, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. I don't know who he is, but you know who started all 4 games? All 3 games in the preseason.
Who? Tim Tebow.
Mm-hmm. So do you know that 30%?
Are you calling for Urban Meyer to bring back Tebow so they have a tight end?
I'm just saying, do you know that 30% of Trevor Lawrence's passes in the preseason went to Tim Tebow?
Yes. But the problem with Tim Tebow is he can't block. And I said this during the preview, he's a quarterback. You're going to have to teach him more than trying to make him do it on his own.
Okay. So you just said that he can't block, right? Apparently, none of that even fucking matters because
it doesn't.
Because they didn't have the tight end blocking for Trevor Lawrence anyway. Doesn't fucking matter. You might as well put Tebow in and pray for the fucking best. Just saying. Yes, Brady and Montana.
Brady had workhorse receivers until he got Monson Walker.
Yeah. Now, Montana did have great receivers, but the West Coast offense isn't designed to throw deep 50 times a game.
And neither is Josh McDaniels or the Patriots offense.
Well, why do you think that Roger Craig is one of the best pass-catching running backs in the NFL? Why do you think when Joe Montana went to the Chiefs, Marcus Allen had 2 career years in Kansas City?
And think about what New England had. Kevin Falk. They had Kevin Falk, Deion Lewis, James White, all running backs who could do the dink and dunk stuff in the backfield.
Yeah. We got 2 GOATs that know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Okay, that's just simply how it comes. And Urban Meyer's going to ruin this kid before it's all said and done. If he doesn't find a way, I'm going to tell you this: Trevor Lawrence is going to end up being Jared Goff if they don't find a way to fucking rein this shit in. Mm-hmm. That's it, and he's going to end up being traded for a veteran quarterback to get a quick buck. No, I'm not drinking a White Claw. I am drinking Celsius Energy Drink Peach Vibe. Thank you very much.
I was about to call Hollywood a white woman if you said yes.
Listen, I talk trash about all the White Claw drinkers when I'm doing deliveries at 7-Eleven, delivering fucking Uber Eats. A chick ordered a pack of White Claws. I get there, it's a dude that ordered a pack of White Claws, but I'm just sitting here like, really?
So Ray said Montana had 2 Hall of Fame receivers. He did. He did. Brady had Randy Moss, who he didn't win a championship with, who is a Hall of Famer, and Julian Edelman, who was not supposed to be a Hall of Famer, but because of his work, he probably will be.
Yeah, so. But they can get the most out of DJ Shark and even James Robinson if they stop trying to aim for 30, 40 yards down the field. Trevor Lawrence would be so good. Trevor Lawrence is not Justin Herbert, and the offense is not as good as Justin Herbert's offense, okay?
And I just want to throw this in the face of the 49ers fans again. You wouldn't have had Jerry Rice if it wasn't for New England Patriots because they traded him to you.
Here we go.
Yeah!
All right, so shout out to Arizona for playing an abysmal game and actually winning. That's what it was. They played an abysmal game against the Jags.
But those are the games last year that Arizona lost.
Yeah, which is
maturity,
that's sir. Improvement. Maturity. Here we go again.
Yeah, I throw in his fucking face all the time, that dick.
Here we go again.
Talking about Ohio State quarterbacks not working in the NFL, your boy, Dan, Matt, Ryan, AC Nagy decided, let's start Justin Fields against the most dominant defensive line in the NFL and the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, wait. Can I find it? Let me find it for you. I'm going to see if I can find this one. So I found the scheme where the offensive scheme that apparently Matt Nagy was running. It was a bunch of offensive linemen with their shoulders shrugged and a bunch of receivers crying, and then Justin Fields crying and a bunch of short routes. Matt Nagy is the worst coach in the NFL right now. Listen. I would take Urban Meyer making Justin Fields throw that shit 50-some times a game than having Matt Nagy offense being built around 5, 6, 7 yard throws and rushing Justin Fields because he's an athletic quarterback. Oh, my fucking God. You know who I trust more than Matt Nagy? Say it.
Jay fucking Cutler.
Thank you. Jesus.
Jay Cutler should be the coach of the Bears. He might get something out of this team.
This has been, listen, Listen. The inability to protect Justin Fields, and also the fact that they know that Justin Fields was not going to throw it any farther than 10 yards. So they just sent Myles Garrett and fucking Jadeveon Clowney. Kill him. There you go. Kill him.
So Justin Fields had a total of 68 yards. Okay. Well, that's what he finished. That's what he finished with.
Mm-hmm.
But he actually had 100-something yards, but he was sacked so many goddamn times, 12 times, 4.5 by Myles Garrett. He only ended up with a grand total of 68 at the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Negative. Negative.
See, because if it wasn't for a bobbled snap for a punt in week 1, the Browns would be 3-0 and the Chiefs would be 0-3. Think about that.
And I told you, I said the Chiefs not looking good, bro. I said it.
But I said, shout out to Cleveland. They're playing very good football right now, giving the ball to their running backs, and they're doing their thing.
Oh, shout out to Odell Beckham not acting like a little punk and actually playing some football.
Yeah, listen, I think he realized last year that they don't need him.
Yeah, and that's kind of where he's realizing he needs to up his stock for a trade or something. But with Jarvis Landry out for at least 4 or 5 games,
exactly, he's going.
It might be the Odell Beckham show. Just saying.
All right. So next up, we have a game where the Washington football team looked like they were in mud as the Buffalo Bills just whooped up on them.
Were you surprised?
No, not at all.
We said it last week. I said the Washington football team's defense is absolutely non-existent. It's gone.
And Buffalo Bills are still mad about losing week 1 to the Steelers.
Oh yeah, they're going to go on a tear for a little while based off the schedule. Yeah. Listen, I when we originally picked this game in the preview back about 6-7 weeks ago, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. I originally had Washington beating.
Yeah, because that's when we thought Ryan Fitzpatrick was going to be there, and Chase Young was not going to be getting triple teamed because other players could get to the quarterback.
Yeah, and then
Chase Young is suffering from what Khalil Mack suffered from last year in Chicago.
Yeah,
the defenders who are supposed to be getting to the quarterback while he's being triple teamed are not getting there.
Yep, and now it's come to the point where Washington, we had Washington as a dark horse playoff team, and now
I had Washington winning the division.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We don't. That's not going to happen.
No,
the defense has regressed complete 180. Yep. I don't even know how. I know with Chase Young getting double and triple team, but we're talking about like the scheme has changed. I feel like everything's changed.
I don't know. Maybe, and I know this is going to be. I'm going to get shit on for this probably from people. Maybe Ron Rivera's cancer brain was doing him more good than bad last year.
Mm-hmm. What is it? What's the word I was gonna say? You out of line, but you're right. You know, because listen, I think he was more aggressive last year. He gave 0 fucks last year.
Yeah, because he didn't know how much longer he was going to be there. But then he became cancer free, and things changed.
Yeah, Ron Rivera gave 0 fucks last year. 0 fucks. The gambler Rivera gave 0 fucks. Mm-hmm. And within this, Taylor Heineke has regressed as well. They are not doing that man any favors.
He was never ready to be the starting quarterback of this game. Maybe for a game or two. But I suggest to Washington right now, sign Cam Newton, get him in there, let him just do his thing.
The problem is they can't. They can't unless he's going to get vaxxed. Because Rivera, he's immunocompromised. They can't. There are options on the table. John Peasy knows what the options are. I ain't gonna say what those options are.
Yeah, I will throw you out of the room.
You can't throw me out the room. It's my room.
I will leave the room, goddammit. Because a man who hasn't played quarterback in the NFL for 7 years is no longer NFL ready, sir.
Is a better option than what Washington has right now, which is people dying. Okay,
that's essentially the other better option than what the Indianapolis Colts have, because they've started a quarterback who had two sprained ankles, and the Tennessee Titans just did what they wanted to him. He said, Carson Wentz, that dude, that's the glass man. He had Samuel L. Jackson, who can't say motherfucker and is white. That's what
fucking Carson Wentz, man. Listen, that is an abuse case back there.
No, I don't fucking encourage him.
Yes, I'll say it. I'll do it right now. Are you gonna leave, sir? Are you gonna do it? Huh?
Try me, bitch.
You
better finish that shit with Colin Cowherd, motherfucker.
3K7. How you like that?
But anyway, the Titans righted their ship and beat the Indianapolis Colts.
Yes. So it was the Derrick Henry show once. Well, no, Derrick Henry show was a week before. This was a modest Derrick Henry show.
Derrick Henry went for 200 against Seattle. That was the Derrick Henry show.
Yeah, this was a modest Derrick Henry show. You're proud of me that I used the initials. I used the proper initials. Still got a little bit. He got less mad than he did, but it's okay.
No, I'm a little bit more mad at myself for even mentioning Colin Cowherd on our show.
Why? Colin Cowherd is the reason why we made this show. Because I heard one of his takes, and I said we could do this better than he can. I'm just saying.
We can. That's why the motherfucker's been fired by like 3 different television stations.
The moment where he said that Tom Brady was going to fall off a cliff.
Well, that was also Max Kellerman.
Yeah, well, both of them, but all right. So Max Kellerman didn't have his own show. He was with Stephen A. Smith. That he gets a pass. Colin Cowherd is on a nationally syndicated show, okay, and is out there saying the year that he took the Rams, that Tom Brady took the Rams to. I mean not the Rams. They played the Rams in the Super Bowl. Said that Tom Brady was going to fall off
because he was all over that Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City dick until they met the Patriots in the playoffs.
And then you found out defense wins championships. But the Glassman, they got to find a way to protect Glassman.
Oh, you mean Carson Glasswentz?
Yeah, Glassman Wentz. Nigga.
Okay, I got Carson Wentz's new fucking nickname.
What?
You ready for this?
What?
We're gonna call this man Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Glass Joe.
Glass Joe. Everything breaks when you punch him. Fucking shit, man. All right, so what's next on the table?
All right, so one of my things I learned in week 3 is how bad the Patriots' offensive line is, and the New Orleans Saints beat the living shit out of the New England Patriots this week. With their defense.
And we talked about this last week. We said Kamara was shit.
And Kamara actually got off in his game too. So
yeah, yes. Hold on. What the fuck? Okay, I thought somebody messaged the show. Okay, so we kind of knew.
Was it Adolf again?
No, it wasn't Adolf. We kind of knew coming into this game, this was going to be a rough one. I think I picked the Patriots, didn't I?
We both picked the Patriots.
Yeah, because we saw what happened with Alvin Kamara shit in the bed against a defense that wasn't even bad. I mean, that wasn't even good. Shit the bed. But yeah, this was a rough one. But everything, I will tell you right now, everything is either a blessing or a lesson. Okay. Mm-hmm. What the Patriots learned, as you said earlier, that they're going to need to fix their offensive line issues. The thing now is, though, going into this game, even while having J.C. and Pierre-Paul and Ndamukong Suh, the Bucs don't have a pass rush like the Saints do. So it's not going to.
They don't have a Cameron Wake in there. They don't have a Cameron Wake on their line. So.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little different. Sometimes you got to take your knocks right on the chin. That's simply what it comes down to.
I'm gonna show my appreciation right now because I talked to it with John about Mac Jones. Mac Jones held his ground in that pocket no matter how much pressure was coming at him. Took the shots and still got the ball out to where he was going.
That's it. Sometimes and also losing James White in that game didn't help.
Yeah, him either. He hurt his hip and now he's out. He's out for the season. So that's a big hit to the New England Patriots. No matter what people think with James White, he is a very integral part of this team.
Yeah, but it's part of the bad epidemic with running backs getting injured. That's what it is.
I see a bright future for Mac Jones. It might not be this year, or it might come sometime this year. But right now, they got some people getting ready to knock him in the teeth over the next couple weeks.
As I said, sometimes you got to take it on the chin, but this. But this opportunity against the Bucs, what we'll talk about, is going to be his opportunity, probably the best opportunity that he has to show on primetime television what he has to offer. Well, primetime, but on network television.
No, it's primetime.
Oh yeah, primetime.
Sunday night football.
Oh yeah, primetime television. What he has to show. There's no bigger lights than this. Tebow the Pat.
Hey, I bet you they get more production out of him than Urban Meyer would.
What are you talking about? He was Trevor Lawrence's favorite receiver. Okay.
They will put Tebow in at the James White position, just throw short passes and let him run. That's what the fuck they'll do. They'll use Tebow like Taysom Hill.
That'll be fun. That would be hilariously fun.
Because Belichick likes Tebow. Remember when he was our quarterback? He was a backup quarterback in preseason.
Yeah.
Belichick likes Tebow, so I could see it happening.
I could see it. All
right. So Patriots got their teeth knocked out this week, and you guys know when the Patriots lose, I don't make excuses for them. They got to be better. Mac Jones, I see a bright future. He took some major hits in that and kept getting up. At one point, he ran for 10 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And because his knee brace got crooked, he reached down, ripped the knee brace off, and just yeeted it to the sideline. I'm like, yes, that is a man's man right there.
What do you mean you can't get any games?
Don't you have TV?
Don't you have Amazon Prime, Stephanie? You can get
not even that. Just go to what is it? NFLBite.com. You can watch any NFL game on any website for free.
As long as you have internet, that's all that matters. Okay,
yeah.
If you get internet,
NFLBite.com. Sponsor us.
Just need internet, Steph. We got you. Just obviously you're here. You have some internet somewhere. Okay, you're here. Your internet works. Listen to Big Sim.
Yes, NFLBite.com.
That's not a shameless plug. We'll say it, but they're not paying us for it. Not yet. Anyway.
I'm going to tag them in this video, so maybe they'll be like, all right, we're going to sponsor these cats.
Is that it, or is it BI or BY?
It's BI. That's it right there.
Yeah, the NFLBite.com. There you go. Shameless plug, baby. Shameless plug.
All right, so next up, we have a game that we also lost because for some reason, we thought the Giants were going to beat the Falcons, but in typical New York Giants fashion, they fell flat on their faces and put the Falcons in field goal position.
Okay, so let's start. I came in this game fully confident, right? I was like, the Giants are looking good. Saquon Barkley
actually had a good game.
Like Saquon Barkley is looking like he might just do the damn thing today.
Looking like he might play more than 5 games this season.
Receivers were looking pretty awesome, and then Saquon got hurt. Shepard got hurt. The other receiver Golladay got hurt, and it was just fuck all after that. They were playing from behind until Saquon came back, and then he brought some stability into the game, and then special teams had to fuck it all up for everybody. The Giants just continue gianting.
Yes, the Giants continue gianting.
And there was a picture of there was John Mayer apparently came into the locker room and threw some trash cans around, and somebody says, "That's no way to treat your team like that."
All they need to do is bring the Giants to a legion, then go to the trash like everybody else.
Oh my goodness! Listen, I feel bad for the Giants at this point because we are in the week 3 of the era of Daniel Jones, and we're not week 3, year 3.
We're in year 2 of Judge the coach, in year 3 of Daniel Jones.
Yeah. So we're in year 3 of Daniel Jones, in year 3 of Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe because he hasn't played a full year, so probably maybe half a year of Saquon Barkley.
And the Giants just can't seem to get this right. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what they need. Like, because
what they need? I can tell you what they need.
What?
New ownership, a new GM, and to get the fuck out of New York.
Man, unfortunately, they're a staple, and they make money. So that they're still paying for the stadium. They're not going anywhere, unfortunately.
And they're co-host of the Jets, who can't do shit anyway either. So
my problem is that I don't even think with this roster, a new quarterback would even do it. I don't think they need a new quarterback. I think Daniel Jones is good enough to win. They're just not winning. I think
Joe Judge is a good coach. He just shit happens to the team that doesn't happen to anybody else.
No. It's you know what it is? I tell you what it is. We'll just put the meme. We beat Tom Brady twice in the late 2010s. What did it cost us? Everything. Exactly. That's
You're right.
And
you're right.
This is the karma for beating Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl.
You know what else is the karma for beating Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl?
What?
And this goes to Nick Foles too. Tom Brady says he wants 10. Just let him win those games so he already has 9. He only needs to get 1 more.
See, he would have been done retired already, and then.
Yep.
I mean, we have to look at it from the standpoint now that this Giants. See, the Falcons were not good enough to win this game, and they somehow won. We talked about this. We said the Falcons they're not good enough. It's Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, and fuck all. That's what it is. That's the team. That's it.
Calvin Ridley is going to have a Pro Bowl year doing nothing because he's the only one on the offense who could do anything.
Yeah. It's Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, and fuck all. That's everybody else on that fucking offense. Everybody's like, well, what about the tight end? No. What about their running back? Is it Mike Davis, right? No, it's Mike Davis, but no, that ain't good enough. And somehow the Giants were the better team on the field and still didn't look like it when it actually came time to play the game.
You know what they look like?
What?
The Falcons of last year.
Ooh, that just couldn't buy a game and if his life depended on it. Yeah.
And if they were winning, they somehow blew it by staring at an onside kick.
Yep. Yeah. And unfortunately, unfortunately, it's not Joe Judge. It's not Joe Judge's fault, and it's not any of the offense or defense fault. It's the collective that it's fuck all in New York. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. It's fuck all in New York, and I don't know. Like I can't even sit here and say if we improve this, and that because I still don't think they'd be good. Like you can bring in I would even think that even with what's his name? What's your offensive coordinator in New England?
Josh McDaniels.
I even think with Josh McDaniels' offense that they still would not win a game. Not the way that they are now. It's the mindset. Maybe that's what it is. It's the mindset that's there. Mm-hmm. Like, I fully, honestly believe that when it comes down to it, that they can play and they can ball, but they don't have the chutzpah and the mindset to go out there and win football games. They don't have that mindset to play 60 minutes of football. And even if you take your lumps and the shit doesn't go the way it's supposed to, like when both receivers got hurt, I would have unleashed Saquon Barkley to the fucking thing. I'd be like,
but you're still not comfortable enough doing that because he's going to tear a quad if you do.
And that's the worst part because you're fearing like, fuck, we paid this dude, $30-some million. He said, clapping like a yes, I am. Thank you very much.
All right, so
he said Giant Stage needs a cleansing, get rid of the bad mojo. Thank you. I think that too. And as long as the Jets play in the same stadium, I think the fuck all is going to rub off on them. It's just saying.
Well, maybe if they actually played in New York and not New Jersey, they might give a shit.
Build a stadium in Brooklyn. That'll be fun.
No, because then they'll just be outshined by the Nets every year. All right, moving on to.
And I come back to Hollywood clapping. You goddamn right. Yeah, that's right. I'm taking my Jason Garrett. For no reason. For no fucking reason. We're down by 70, baby. Yes. Yes, baby. Let's go.
So, moving on to, thank God they're not 11-0 this year. The worst 11-0 team in football last year, the Pittsburgh Steelers, we picked getting beat by the Bangles at home, and Joe Burrow did us a favor and beat their ass.
Oh, man. It's fucked up because don't tell me that I'm the only one, between me and you, that I'm the only one that picked the Steelers but hoped the Bengals would win.
Yeah, hold on. But you picked the Bengals in our picks.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, right?
But Stephanie, James clapping and Phil making a mess. You goddamn right.
Yeah, that's right. Synergy, baby, synergy. Woo! All right. But yeah, but tell me I'm wrong. Like we picked the Steelers, but don't tell me that we secretly were picking the Bengals to win. Because I know I picked them. I picked them in the thing. I said this is
we both picked the Bengals.
Yeah. Oh, in this game?
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did it.
So James is confused again. All that clapping got his ghetto brain going. So
see, that's right. Fucked up 2 picks, but we still did it, baby. That's right.
But Joe Burrow is showing what a healthy offensive line, good offensive line he can do, and that is win football games.
Yeah. My man, like I said, I was thoroughly praying that the Bengals win this game. I don't care if the Bengals would have been 15-1 going into this game. rumors that Pittsburgh should trade Juju.
Yeah, because he is bad Juju doing those stupid TikTok dances at people's stadiums.
All right. So,
dumbass.
If you're going to trade Juju at this point in the season, I feel like at some point there's not a free agent that you want. And there also is not anybody that anybody's willing to trade for Juju. Maybe Detroit. But who are you going to – are they going to trade their receiver? Are they going to trade T.J. Hawkinson? No, hell no.
Hold on. Detroit couldn't even trade Jamie Collins, who's a premier linebacker in the league.
Yeah, and Bill Belichick was going to trade for him, and Bill Belichick was like, "Nah, I'm going to wait it out.
I'm going to wait till they cut him. Then have to that motherfucker back."
That's exactly what happened.
He gonna do like he did the Dolphins with Van Noy. Oh, no, I'm going to wait. Hey, Kyle, you want to come back?
And probably with the lip poked out, too. I'll wait. But that's the problem with Juju. There's not a trade market for him. I mean, you might be able to get like a 5th or a 6th rounder, but then I think you sabotage Ben Roethlisberger by doing that. And then subsequently,
Ben Roethlisberger's done. He looks so fucking done.
You know what's sad? That I think that at this point, especially with, I know it's preseason. Everybody's like, it's preseason. You shouldn't base a performance off of preseason. I think that Dwayne Haskins, he has a full grasp with his offense. Mm-hmm. I think that Dwayne Haskins, with his athleticism, actually gives them a better chance of making the most out of what they have. I think you don't even necessarily have to trade Juju. I think if you get Haskins in there, that you might have a better chance.
So did you ever think you would see? All right, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Raiders and Broncos both 3-0. Chargers 2-1, and the Chiefs are 1-2 in that division.
Yeah.
And then you got the Bangles, Ravens, and Browns all at 2-1. The Steelers are 1-2. Did you ever think you would see that in this climate that we have in the NFL?
Although I think I did pick the Raiders were going 2-1 at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. You had them losing to Baltimore, but they pulled that one out.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Ray, this is Ben's last season. There's nothing for him left to prove. He has a Super Bowl ring. You know what I'm saying? Well, 2 Super Bowl rings, excuse me.
The one that he earned and the one that was given to him.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't. There's nothing left to prove for Ben. I don't know why he came back for this season. I think he's chasing Tom Brady.
He's back to looking like Joe Pesci and the Wet Bandits in Home Alone.
Yeah, he's chasing Tom Brady. And that's one man that you cannot chase no matter what. I'm sorry.
All right. Next up, we have 2 teams. One that is coming off of a big fourth quarter comeback and beating the Chiefs against one that has been in every game they played in, but found a very team way to lose these games. The Baltimore Ravens converted a 4th and 19, even though the play clock should be called delay a game before Justin Tucker's record-setting kick, because Lamar Jackson hiked the ball 3 seconds after the play clock went to 0.
0. It's -1, -2, -3. Hike. Oh.
And they converted a 4th and 19 and got Justin Tucker within 66 yards. And I'm going to say it right now, Justin Tucker, you know me, I hate him because he's been a curse to my franchise, he's been a curse to your franchise, he's been a curse to everybody's franchise. But they need to cut this man's leg off, dip it in gold, and just put it in the Hall of Fame. Because he is the greatest kicker of all time.
Yeah, Justin Tucker has been reliable. He's been healthy, consistent, done all the things that you would want out of a kicker. He's basically if Adam Vinatieri had stayed healthy, towards the end of his career, Justin Tucker's the kicker that you want, but we have to also really, really address the elephant in the room. The fact that Lamar Jackson he's been a late bloomer, not late bloomer as far as in the season, late bloomer in games.
Yeah, if he keeps going like this, struggling early, they're going to find some holes they're not going to be able to dig themselves out of.
Well, especially if you run back the Chiefs game the way it was, if you run back the Chiefs game, the Chiefs win that game more times than they don't. Mm-hmm. The thing is that Lamar Jackson's ability to take over in the second half has stopped teams dead in their track. Like the Raiders, for example, they got ahead of themselves. You know, they were able to find a way to get past Lamar with the rising of Derek Carr.
Football gods always have a way to remind us that the Lions are who we thought they were. You are right.
Jackson is another Vic. Jackson is better than Vic.
No.
Yes. Not from the athleticism range. Okay, but nobody will even question. Nobody will even question that Lamar Jackson is a better passer.
No, bullshit. Michael Vick had a much better arm than Lamar Jackson.
He had a stronger arm.
He has a better arm than Lamar Jackson.
He was not accurate.
The passes that Lamar Jackson is making this year are because of blown defenses and the receivers standing in the middle of the field alone. Look at the Chiefs game. Look at the Lions game. That fucking receiver in the Lions game was as wide open as goddamn the dude from the fucking Packers in the fourth quarter, number 17. He was that goddamn wide open when Lamar Jackson's throwing that fucking ball.
Okay.
It's because of collapsing defenses. It's not because of his arm talent.
But what is the collapsing defense is based off of? It's based off of they know
it's based off of him running, not throwing.
Yeah,
it's based off of him running.
Which is back to what I'm saying. So I guess we're gonna have to compare. Are we talking about Atlanta Mike Vick or are we talking about Philadelphia Mike Vick? Because they were two different quarterbacks.
We need to talk about Atlanta Mike Vick because it's in the same time of the career. 4 years.
Atlanta Mike Vick's Dan Reeves didn't do Atlanta Mike Vick justice because all he basically became. So Atlanta Mike Vick was playing street ball. And he'd tell you in the documentary.
And Lamar Jackson is fucking playing street ball.
No. The offense that Greg Roman, the Greg Roman designed, the way it is the same offense that was ran by Colin Kaepernick. The difference is that Lamar Jackson is a far better passer than Colin Kaepernick ever was. I will scream that shit from the top of my lungs. You know how big of a fan I am of Kaepernick.
You've now said his name 5 times in this video.
Okay.
I'm about to go home.
But am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, I've never liked Kaepernick's arm.
Okay, so the Mike Vick under Andy Reid. If you compare the stats, you can take the stats. You go on pro football stats right now and compare the stats under Dan Reeves in Atlanta versus the stats under Andy Reid on the Eagles, and even the stats when he was in fucking Pittsburgh. Michael Vick became a better passer under Andy Reid and even under Mike Tomlin. If by far, like it's not even debatable. Compare the stats, it's not even debatable. But like right in the early part of his career, Lamar Jackson is a better quarterback at this early part of his career than in the same time period that Mike Vick was in the early part of his career. He is nowhere near. He doesn't have the arm strength as Mike Vick does. He never will. Mike Vick had a fucking cannon. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that was half the problem why receivers couldn't catch shit in fucking Atlanta because they get the fucking ball and it bounce off their fucking hands.
You know we need to do it. You know we need to do it with this topic right now?
What?
Like Colin Kaepernick, take a knee and move on.
Here we go.
Next up, we have the worst 3-0 team in the NFL. Yeah, we're 3-0, but we beat the Jets, the Giants, and the Jaguars. We are the Denver Broncos.
The Denver Broncos.
So Zach Wilson has said, and I quote, he feels like he's going to get killed every time he snaps the ball.
He played against the Patriots one week and then played against the defense of the Broncos the next week. There's a lot to be said about game management and good defenses. Apparently, the Peyton Manning game plan is working for Teddy Bridgewater and the Denver Broncos.
Well,
okay.
And also he comes with the benefit that the defense is playing much better than they did last year.
Well, that's because Von Miller's healthy.
Yes.
Healthy Von Miller off of 2 knee surgeries playing some great football, but it's not just him. It's your boy Jackson. The corners out there, they are playing tremendous defensive football. I took the Broncos defense in daily fantasy. In the 2 times I did, I won both the fantasy. They're just that good.
Yeah, exactly. They haven't played any good teams, but they're like, we're 3-0. They're just like the and I think it was Black Adam Schefter posted something about the 3-0 teams. Yeah. I was like, yeah, Denver's just like Pittsburgh last year. They didn't play nobody in the first 11 games of the goddamn season.
That's true, and I agree. I fully agree. But the thing is that if you give somebody some confidence, you know what I'm saying?
And the worst part about it is with Patrick Mahomes playing questionable, if he plays like that against the Broncos are going to beat the Chiefs.
And that's not even the worst part. That's an exact assessment that I was going to say. But there's the one thing that everybody forgets about. Teddy Bridgewater is managing this offense very well, and if they could stay on the field for fucking 7 to 8 minutes in a quarter and completely take away Patrick Mahomes on the field, that's how they've been doing it. They've been playing defense, and the time of possession for the offense has been really fucking good in Denver. They've been holding on to that ball. Melvin Gordon has been balling.
Teddy Bridgewater, he's not going to win your games. He's not going to win your games. He's not going to lose your games.
And that's
he's going to let the defense control the game, and they're going to score enough points to just stay there.
Uh-huh.
But over in New York, I think that your boy Robert Saleh and Zach Wilson need to pull Bill Belichick, pack their bags, and just leave New York and not even think about it again.
You know what the messed up part about it, Zach Wilson, is that he's doing the same shit as Trevor Lawrence is, with them deep ass passes and trying to make shit happen that isn't
with worse wide receivers.
With absolutely zero talent. There's a difference. Okay, you have 2 first-round wide receivers in Jacksonville. You have shit in fucking in New York, and that's just it's horrible. That's just horrible.
Yeah, New York is going for the. New York is looking like they might become the first 0-17 team in NFL history. The first year they played 17 games.
That's the record, baby. Woo!
All right, next up we got Jacoby Brissett almost beat the Las Vegas Raiders.
Came this close.
So Jacoby Brissett is Tua Tagovailoa light, and that's not complimenting either player.
No, all right. So it's Tua with more experience. The problem, you know what the problem with Brissett is? And I see in that game, he still doesn't trust his knee. 2 years later, he still doesn't trust his knee.
He did have the run at the end that scored the touchdown that almost won.
Yeah.
But you seen he was very hesitant doing that run, but he had to because he was about to get killed.
Yeah. He doesn't. He's definitely not the Patriots, Jacoby Brissett, and he's for damn sure not the Colts before the injury, Jacoby Brissett.
Yes. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is Max Crosby one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL right now?
He's getting there.
I mean, yes, I know Chandler Jones and Myles Garrett are leaps and bounds above this man, but he was considered a failure a couple years ago. Then he became a team captain last year, and this year he's looking unblockable.
Is that pass rush that they were looking for? That's what it was.
So, Coach Gruden, you finally got what you traded for Khalil Mack, and only took you 4 years.
What are you gonna do next? Trade him for 17 draft picks. Woo! Oh, fuck.
If he trades Max Crosby, I think the Raiders would revolt. I think people would be happier if they traded Derek Carr before they traded Max Crosby at this point.
I think they'd be happy if they traded John Gruden before they traded Max. Real shit.
Congrats to the Raiders. They're playing well. They're 3-0 for the first time since they went to the AFC Championship game against New England and lost.
Yes.
So next up we have the surprise of the week, a game that me and Hollywood picked wrong. Whereas Matt Stafford is showing that he is a bad, bad man down there in LA.
And Stafford.
They took apart the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And I had a feeling about this game too. Even though I picked the Bucs, right? I'm pretty sure
we both picked the Bucs.
Going into this game, I realized how bad Tampa Bay's defense was after Dak Prescott picked them apart. And I thought to myself, if 5 or 6 year experienced Dak Prescott can do what he did to the Tampa Bay defense, and it took Tom Brady to win in the end, I'd worry about what Matt Stafford, the fucking bearded cannon of doom.
And that's the biggest difference in the game is the Rams didn't let Tom Brady get close enough to try and make a comeback.
No.
Because the Rams defense is still top in the league.
Yeah, the Rams defense has been spectacular.
Aaron Donald.
I think my thought is that Bruce Arians has a way of suckering people in. Okay? I say this.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that, Ray. After this game, the Buccaneers went out and signed Richard Sherman.
Yeah. And that wasn't even the only corner. They signed another corner earlier this week, too. I forget his name, but Richard Sherman was the bigger signing.
Because two of their starting corners are hurt.
Yeah. I feel like Bruce Arians suckers people in. You know he suckered New Orleans in last year, right?
Oh yeah, stop us out twice in the season.
Yeah. And then what happened when we got to the fucking
Tom Brady got number 7.
I feel like this is that situation again.
I had the same feeling too, to be honest with you. I'm like, if they meet in the playoffs, this is going to complete opposite.
You just get that feeling that the Rams showed you everything that they have on their plate. Okay, everything that they can do.
Sony Michel is looking better week by week with that team too.
Yeah, I mean he's no
Melvin Gordon.
Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley.
Shit, but he's Sony fucking Michel. I'll tell you that much.
He's serviceable.
Yeah, I mean everybody wants to talk about the Todd Gurley days are over. Listen, that's all fine and dandy, but he's fucking Sony Michel.
Well, everybody knows Todd Gurley had arthritis in both of his knees in college, so his NFL career wasn't going to last long.
Yeah.
But
all right, what do you mean, Steph? You can't leave. We love you.
Bye, Steph. Good night.
Good night. Make sure you watch the rest of the show or listen to the podcast.
Yeah, you got internet on your phone. You can do it. But right now, the LA Rams look like a legit Super Bowl contending team.
Yeah, legitimate, 100.
Matt Stafford is showing the talent he has with weapons now.
Oh yeah, and we said this though. I said, remember we were scared with the Rams.
I told you as soon as they signed him, Rams are winning this division. As soon as they fucking signed him.
Well, my biggest worry now is going to be. Oh, we'll talk about it in a minute, though. I know it's okay, Steph. No worries. Just make sure you catch the show. We appreciate you. It's all love.
Have a good one, Steph.
Now, me and John will tell you. Well, not John. John won't tell you because John be like, "Shut the fuck up, Hollywood." I will tell you that everything is fine, but deep down,
God, it's over. It's
but
over.
Deep down in my heart, it's fuck, shit, fuck, cock, fuck. Okay.
Do you remember what you did to the 49ers last year by saying everything is fine?
Oh, no. I said everything is fuck all 2 weeks ago, and it got worse. So it doesn't matter if I say everything is fine or everything is fucked. Either way, we're fucked, okay? We have no running backs. None. Throws forward. God damn it, Hollywood throws forward. It's like that meme when the dude takes off his helmet. Oh, fucking shit.
It's like when Bill Belichick was told to challenge a play and they broke the fucking phone.
Yeah.
Because it was obviously not a fucking. All right. So next up we have a Dalvin Cookless Vikings dominated the Seattle Seahawks.
The game was looking good until I don't know what the fuck happened.
I tell you what. You know what happened?
What?
Justin fucking Jefferson. That's what happened.
Well, and they absolutely fucking blanketed TJ Lockett.
DK.
No, not DK. No, Metcalf.
Tyler Lockett.
Metcalf got the fuck off in this game, but they said we put the slumber on fucking Lockett, man. Shit.
Yeah, because we talked about it last week. Tyler Lockett always seems like he's open. No matter who's going against him, he's always open.
It was a fucking setup. I fucking picked him in fucking FanDuel, and he fucking fucked me over. I'm like, there's no way. I don't see a legitimate team knocking out Tampa Bay from the top.
No, by the time the playoffs come, Sherman will be back in shape.
Yeah,
and the team will be 100% by the time the playoffs get here. So.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, yeah,
because Sherman fits. What's the defensive coordinator's called? Lovey? Is it Lovey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he fits his defense.
Yeah, if they don't fix this defense come playoff time, because they don't find a way to get healthy and fix this defense like it needs to, then I'll be worried. Because they can't go into the playoffs down bad on corners like they did going against LA, because that's not going to work.
Yeah, LA exposed them.
Yeah, that's the problem. Everybody needs to get healthy if they're going to go to playoffs against the fucking Rams.
All right, so back to the Vikings. The Vikings beat up on the Seattle Seahawks this week. It was weird.
It was, you know what though? It was weird, but Seattle fucking deserved it because
all John said when we were watching the score. You know what John said about this one?
What?
You like it? You like that?
So the Rams won, but Seattle lost. Also, the NFC West went 2-2. That's right.
Yeah,
okay.
The Rams are 3-0. The Cardinals are 2. Are they 3-0 or 2-1? I think. No, they're 3-0.
They're 3-0. Are they 3-0?
I
thought they lost the week before.
Let me double check real quick.
I could be wrong, or they could.
No, they came back and beat the Bangles. Remember?
That's right. Yeah. So they're 3-0. The Niners are 2-1, and I believe Seattle's 1-2.
Yeah, Rams and Cards 3-0, Niners 2-1, and Seahawks 1-2. Yes.
Yep. Remember I said it's going to be a rough year for Seattle.
And the Cardinals and the Rams are the highest scoring teams in the division too. So.
Yeah. See, Seattle doesn't have a defense. That's the problem.
So, quick pop quiz.
Yeah.
How many points this year do you think the Falcons have scored? Total.
Fucking 35?
No, 48.
Oh, that's not bad.
It is when everybody else is scoring in the 60s and 70s.
Oh.
But they scored more than the Bears, who scored 40.
Yeah. Oh no! Not only has Seattle fallen off, they have went to the seventh circle of hell and they can't get up. Russell Wilson is the only person that decides that he wanted to play football this year in Seattle. Everybody else? Oh well, let me rephrase that. By proxy, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett play football, and also by proxy Carson. Anybody else on that team? Russell Wilson's still running for his life. Defense is ass trash, and it's all bad.
Remember, Russell Wilson hasn't been the same since he had sex. So moving on, he no longer has that drive.
Wow.
Moving on, I hate people because of this game right now. Because if you have a chance to get up on a team to win a game, you take the chance to get up on them because you're not guaranteed to score if you run the clock down when you're down by a certain amount of points.
What are you talking about, sir? I don't know what you're talking about.
People are actually threatening Juice and talking shit about Juice because he scored a touchdown to put the 49ers over the fucking Packers with 36 seconds left. You cannot, okay, I'm going to say this before you get started. You cannot blame Juice for scoring. What you blame is the defense not having the, when they're playing prevent, you don't leave the other team's best wide receiver uncovered. You left Devontae Adams uncovered 2 plays in a row. That is why you lost.
Yeah, this is why you never run fucking prevents when Aaron Rodgers is on the field. Why are you running
Devontae Adams is healthy? You don't fucking do it.
We never did that last year. And maybe that was the one thing I liked about Robert Saleh is that when he recognized, I think when he actually had respect for somebody as far as a quarterback, he would put the brakes to him. Now, there was a time where we fucked up against the Falcons, and we almost fucked up against Seattle at the end. Remember that one game?
When Julio Jones beat you guys.
Yeah. Remember it almost happened again the next week against
with DK. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Russell Wilson in the bedroom in the NFL, if you could score, you score and trust your D.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, you just can't do what we did and win games. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna fly,
and it's not our juice.
No.
It's on the defense for not you. Even in prevent, you could put a man on Devontae Adams.
But you shouldn't even be running prevent to begin with.
No,
I don't care.
Double team all of them fuckers.
Yeah, that's when you pull out the same defense that you did with fucking Patrick Mahomes for 50 minutes in that game.
You run that quarter defense where there's 6 defensive backs on the field, and you limit how far that ball goes.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
If Aaron Rodgers sees Devontae Adams wide open 40 yards down the field, 10 out of 10, he's going to make that throw.
Yeah.
And then again, for another 20 yards, 10 out of 10, he's going to make that throw.
Yeah. I mean, Devontae Adams will catch that shit, and if you give him room, he'll fuck your whole fucking world
and
up.
This is after Devontae Adams got knocked out on the field. He still made these catches.
Yeah.
Because he is that fucking good.
Yeah. No, we screwed the pooch on that one. I'm proud that we made the comeback because we were down bad in that game.
Oh, you were. It was a hell of a game. You know, me and John were hype watching that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But we were getting our asses whooping that beginning.
I even told John when they scored, I'm like, y'all got to make sure you guys take care of it on defense because that's a lot of time for a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, even though they don't have any timeouts. You give that time to Rodgers, Brady, those guys, they're going to make you pay for it.
Yeah. You can't do that. You can't do that at all. And that was like that. It broke my heart because I'm like, we could do better. We should have done better, and we didn't.
Yeah. And with your running game being depleted, your corners being depleted, it was just a bad thing. You guys had it in the palm of your hand, and let Devontae Adams wide open over the middle of the field.
Are you trying to say that the Green Bay Aaron Rodgers is who we thought he was?
In this particular game? Yes.
Yeah, man.
He's drunk, smoky CM Punk. That's what he is.
Time management. Thank you, guy. Time management. Exactly.
But like I said, the 49ers did what they had to do. They scored. They did what they had to do. Because there's no guarantees that say you don't go for that touchdown, you might not have another chance to score.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy G was being harassed.
Yeah.
Jimmy G did not have a clean pocket all night.
Yeah. But there's also defense
when it comes.
But that's also defensive time management. You know what I'm saying? We talk about offensive time management in football games. There's also defensive time management.
Aaron Uncle Rico Rodgers.
Exactly. Let me just sling this ball over this hill right quick. I bet you I can throw the ball over the hill.
You know what Aaron Rodgers looks like right now?
He looks like a shady mechanic.
No, he looks. He looks like the new pedophile that just moved into your neighborhood.
Yeah. They can come through. It might be a fuel pump, might be the alternator.
He comes through. He put 2 sticks of bubble gum, some tweezers, and a rubber band to make your starter work again.
Mm-hmm. Might be a starter. Might be your fuel pump. Might be an alternator.
All
maybe
right,
it's the alternator.
To end this week, Monday night game, it was good until it wasn't. It was a close game until the Cowboys said, "Okay, we're going to play some defense and make Jalen Hurts look like a bad quarterback."
I just love this game spawned the greatest quote.
You chose the Eagles. I chose the Cowboys. So.
Fuck the Cowboys. This one spawned the greatest Jalen Hurts quote of all time. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Here we go. Where's you at? Where's the clip? Where's the clip?
He's like, Jalen, come back.
Where's the clip? Jalen Hurts clip. Where's the clip? There's a clip. But anyways, the point that he tried to make is that you don't stand over the toilet and you don't stare at your poop when you shit the bed. You don't stare over your shit while it's in the toilet. You flush it and you move on. That was the clip. I can't find it because they want me to play 4 minutes and 27 seconds. I don't have 4 minutes and 27 seconds. Okay, we still got to talk about this.
We have a week 4. We have a week 4 to get into.
The greatest week 4 in the history of week 4s, I might add. I just want to put that out.
I just want to put this out to you real quick.
What? It is an important week 4. What are you talking about? Have you seen the schedule?
It is the most historic week 4 in NFL history. Yes, I know.
I'm just saying, you're being so negative.
All right, so the Cowboys beat the shit out of the Eagles. Yes. I saw it coming. Hollywood didn't. But the Eagles,
I did, but I didn't. Okay.
The Eagles are who we thought they were, not a good team.
No, they got a lot to learn. A lot to fucking learn. All right.
It is time. It is time to pick week 4 of the NFL. We are starting off with a game that might be a lock because one was a very bad 0-3 team against a good 2-1 team, Jacksonville Jaguars at the Cincinnati Bangles.
The big problem that I have with this one being the way it is, so we got 2 of what historically the worst teams in the last 10 years in the NFL.
But one is up and coming. The other one's just staying stagnant.
One used to be up and coming, and then they became ass.
Then they met the Patriots in the AFC Championship game and never was the same again. Yes.
I think somebody said that between the last 2 years, nobody's lost more games than the Patriots. Maybe than these 2 teams combined.
Yep.
So I will tell you that I think that Cincinnati's going to win, but I will also tell you that I think that this is going to be the Trevor Lawrence coming out party at the same time.
I think Cincinnati's defense is decent.
The corners aren't. They listen. So we're back to this thing. This is the only time that this strategy of Urban Meyer throwing 50 times a game just might fucking work.
He's
because
like, you know what my offensive playbook is called?
What?
Yeet.
Yeah. And that's essentially what's going to happen. It's yeet season. It's going to be yeet season down in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's going to win. I predict Cincinnati's going to win.
Yeah, I got Cincinnati also.
But Trevor Lawrence is going to put up some numbers. I fully believe that.
And I also think he's going to turn the ball over.
Well, that's a given too.
All right, next up we have probably a game that's going to be an embarrassment. Tennessee Titans at King Henry at Death Life Stadium in the New York Jets.
My question is how many yards that is Derrick Henry going to run for this week?
250.
He might go. Yeah, he might go for 250. Maybe.
Because remember last year when you challenged him to get over that 2,000 yard mark, he put some stank on it and went for 245.
Yep. Yeah. This Jets team is bad, and there's no saving it. Although this Titans defense isn't as good as they were.
Yeah, they don't have to be this week.
No, and you're right, Ray. Jacksonville is a mess of a team. They have a lot of problems, but the Bengals aren't perfect. However, this is going to go for a lot of points. This is going to be a lot. But yeah, I'm taking the Titans easy. I want Derrick Henry's going to run for 200 plus easy in this game too. And
Ryan Tannehill is on him and Julio Jones have that connection, and AJ Brown is just balling out as usual. So this is gonna be like that game that when the 49ers played the Packers in the playoffs a couple years ago. All right, I'm gonna do it for you, John. Lord, baby Jesus, please protect Derrick Henry's knee this week as he plays in New York. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Lord, baby Jesus. Can I get an amen from the All right, next up we have probably the hardest game to pick this week. The Lions at the Bears. Oh, this is going to be a good one. So the question is who's starting? Apparently now Matt Nagy doesn't know. You know what? Matt Nagy said it could be any of the three quarterbacks he has on his. You know who should start the game? Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy, so he can see how shitty his fucking offense is. Jesus fucking Christ. And can you believe Mitch Trubisky succeeded in this offense for a couple of years? Yes. Let's not forget that Mitch Trubisky got the Bears to the playoffs twice. So I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I know it's not really going out on a limb, but I see positive things with this Lions team. I see there's something there. They just haven't put it together yet. I am picking the Lions to beat the Bears. Ooh, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. I just see potential in what the Lions bring to the table. As bad as I want to, just because it's fuck Matt Nagy, I gotta pick the Bears. I gotta pick the Bears in this one. I got you, player. And I hate to pick him because that means if he wins, Matt Nagy keeps his job for another fucking week. All right. Next up, we have another game that's going to be hard to pick because the starting quarterbacks are hurt. The Indianapolis Colts, well, one's always hurt. The Indianapolis Colts at the Miami Dolphins. Well, I mean, we can say a thing about Tua. I mean, shit. Just saying. You got broken Jacoby Brissett against his old team. Yeah. The Colts have problems. And the Colts defense is not playing nowhere near the level they played last year. Yeah, Colts were silently good on defense this year, and they're nowhere near that now. I have to, in all confidence, I have to take the Dolphins, especially at home. I'm going to go with I think the Dolphins get back on track here. Brian Flores is going to be in that ass this week. Mm-hmm. And he's going to get this team over the top. Yeah. Here's another fun game. Brain freeze. Dalvin Cook, is he playing this week? Unknown. Because it's the Cleveland Browns at the Minnesota Vikings. I wouldn't want if Dalvin Cook is slightly hurt, I wouldn't want to bring him in for this game. No, he's got to deal with Clowney and fucking Myles Garrett. Yeah, I wouldn't want to bring him in for this fucking game. What the fuck? I know it's in Minnesota, but listen, you realize what's going to happen. So if they double cover Odell Beckham Jr. like they did Tyler Lockett, it's going to be Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb show. And they don't want none of that smoke. No. So they're going to have to pick their battles, and I honestly think that the Browns are going to come in and beat them. I'm picking the Browns. I think they're a better team than the Vikings all around. Yeah. The Vikings are showing some signs of getting better, but this Browns team is built different.
And the moment I pick the Vikings, they're going to lose by 50. So it doesn't really matter anyway.
All right, here we go. The Washington football team at the Atlanta Falcons. I think Chase Young has his best defensive game of the year in this game.
On the road.
Because the Atlanta Falcons offensive line is hot trash.
No, you're right. You're right. My biggest worry is the same issue that they had facing New York, which was, did Washington have enough offense to make this even competitive? I don't even know.
Because you got McLaren, who's doing all he can offensively.
Yeah, but
like I said, he's caught in his 3-year career in Washington. He has caught touchdown passes from 7 different quarterbacks.
Okay, fair enough. I will take Washington in this one.
Yeah, I'm going with Washington. I think this is the game where the defense finally shows up because the Falcons are just that damn bad.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have. It would have been a nice story if he was healthy.
He said Washington was 2-0. Hey, what team scored a field goal and a safety back-to-back this past weekend? I was looking at something was 14-5. I can't remember what it was. Like, what?
All right, so next up, it would have been a nice story for Tyrod Taylor if he wasn't hurt again. The Houston Texans at the very angry Buffalo Bills.
What's it going to take for, what's his name to play this year? Deshaun Watson.
For all the Instagram people that he made jerk him off to just all disappear?
Obviously, with this one, the Bills do not fuck around.
Fucking Vic.
It might end up being fucking it might end up being Watson time. If they activate him, but they
already said he's not even traveling with the team.
That's even worse. See, the hilarity of this is that you want to trade him, but you can't trade him because nobody's willing to pay your asking price. Especially now that running backs are dropping like flies. Nobody wants to pay their asking price. So they're paying this man $20-some million a year to not even show up to the fucking game.
Just to get rubber tugs.
Yeah. I mean, you probably got to set up at home. It's like, baby, yeah, I got that direct deposit just hit. I ain't playing this year because I'm just chilling. Can I feel on that booty while you give me that massage? Come on, girl, stroke this. Yeah. Oh, hey, Deshaun, calm down, sir. Calm down, Deshaun.
Deshaun, you don't have Robert Kraft's lawyer team.
He got that motherfucker dismissed so goddamn fast. Goddamn. They said why? Oh, the cops weren't even supposed to be here. What do you mean?
And Robert Kraft just lost his wife. Give the old guy a break. He's not going to be around much longer.
Oh, I forgot. I don't think you heard what happened. Did you hear what happened with the case, right? How they dropped it?
Yeah.
They didn't have a warrant for the surveillance tapes to do what they were doing. Yep. So all that thrown out?
It was entrapment.
Yeah. They didn't have a warrant for surveillance.
You know why? Because fuck you, Miami. That's what it was.
Oh.
All right, so I guess we're both taking the Bills in that one.
Yeah, obviously.
Next up, probably another obvious game. The New York Giants at the New Orleans Saints.
I don't think this is obvious as it will be. I think the Saints win, but it's not obvious.
I think the Saints do just what they did to New England to Daniel Jones.
They may. But I think the key is always, if they can find a way to consistently shut down Alvin Kamara, then they'll play right into the Giants' hand. The question is, will they? Can they? I don't know if that's the case. But that's the key to stopping the Saints. You stop Alvin Kamara, that's it. It's a wrap.
Yeah, until Michael Thomas gets back, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
all right. So I got the Saints. You got the Saints?
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Philadelphia Bengals.
I know. Did we talk about this? Is this also the one you said this was open and shut?
Yes.
I don't think it is. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to think that the Eagles are going to beat the Chiefs this week.
I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm going with the smart money here. I know I've been burned once already this season with it, but I think I'll take the Chiefs in this one.
All right, okay. I'm taking the Eagles in the stunner at home.
All right, next up we have one of the 3-0 teams taking on the toughest challenge of the year, the Carolina Panthers at the Dallas Cowboys.
Carolina's defense has really been legit. Sam Darnold has been legit. This Dallas defense has been legit. So it's really going to come down
Dak Prescott has been legit.
Yeah. So it's really going to come down to if Christian McCaffrey's playing this week. If he is, then we're good. If he's not, then I think the Cowboys take it. That's what it comes down to.
Let me look it up and see what they're saying right now about Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, never mind. Chuba Hubbard, baby. Chuba Hubbard is starting. No Christian McCaffrey. I'm gonna have to take Dallas on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dallas too. Pollard is the better running option for the Cowboys at this moment.
He's also the better pass catching option too.
Yeah, Zeke. I think Zeke is not going to be on this team after this season.
No, they're paying him way too much money. I'm just saying.
All right,
way too much money.
All right, here you go, Hollywood. This is your time to shine, buddy.
Okay.
We have a rivalry game here. John, I hope you're still watching. Seattle Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, we got problems. We're gonna
you guys had a horrible team last year and beat Seattle though.
Yeah, but we have problems. Those problems start with the lack of running backs. But we're now down a bunch of corners now as well. We're in the same position Tampa was in last week.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be down corners going into a division matchup against DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, because Tyler Lockett has destroyed the 49ers in recent times.
Yeah, and that was with some pretty good defenses.
Yeah.
And still it's wild. Josh Norman's injured.
And and me and John talked about this one too. It's fucked up because Josh Norman was playing very well in that game against Green Bay.
Yeah, apparently he suffered a lung contusion and was spitting up blood at the game. Yeah. So, fuck it. I'm still rolling with the 49ers.
I'm gonna have to go with the Seahawks this week. I just think they're too overpowered for their 49ers.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, we may find a way, sir. We might just prove you wrong.
I will see. I'll be rooting you guys on, but I'm going to go to Seattle. Because I root on my friends. You know what I'm saying? I root on my friends.
Well, fair enough.
Like you guys root on the Patriots, even though you guys don't like them, so it's good.
Yeah. But this Jimmy Garoppolo is going to go off this week. I can tell you that much.
Both teams have secondary issues. Deebo Samuel should have him and Kittle should have big days.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, man, I wish we could stop fucking, what's his name?
Tyler?
Yeah, Tyler and fucking DK. That's
because if you guys and that's the problem. If you stop DK, Tyler's gonna get like 200 yards receiving.
And you stop Tyler, DK is gonna go run niggas over for you on your team. But
yep. All right, next up we have another NFC West matchup, a battle of the undefeateds. Only one will be left standing. The Arizona Cardinals at the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh man, this is
possible game of the week.
Two offensive juggernauts.
Well, they both have good stout defenses too.
True, but the Rams' defense is much better. The question is that once you double cover DeAndre Hopkins, what do you do then?
Can you stop AJ Green, who seems to be back playing well again?
That's what I'm saying. That's the main.
All right, Ray. Have a good night, brother. Check you out later.
All right, Ray. Yeah, let me know, man. It come through. We normally do it at 8:00, and then we try to get done around 9:30. But I know we're running over because we had a lot to talk about. So,
and we got started a little bit later than we usually do. So,
5 minutes later. We normally go from 8 to 15. No, 8:05. Yeah. 8:05 on the dot.
Who has the prettiest Karen-looking head coach? So, Cliff Kingsbury or Sean McVay. You know, I'm gonna go with Sean McVay. Sean McVay is a handsome man.
Yeah. It's Sean McVay's wife, which is what convinced Matt Stafford to come through. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. They all went to Mexico together.
They were in Mexico when the offseason started. That tells you everything you need to know.
But the day after the trade.
Yeah. That's all you need to know.
So I'm going with the Rams here. I think they are the meaner team in this position.
Yeah, the Jaguars coming close to beating the Cardinals told me everything I needed to know. I'm going with the Rams in this one.
All right. Next up, we have – so people are making a big deal about Aaron Rodgers saying that he respects Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. So people are like, oh, the Steelers is Aaron Rodgers' next destination.
No.
If Aaron Rodgers goes anywhere, it's going to be San Francisco for one last year so he can play in front of his home fans.
Aaron Rodgers is going to fuck around and end up in fucking I don't know where he's going to end up. That's going to be interesting. Watch, he ends up in New Orleans.
So we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Green Bay Packers.
You know me. We talked about this. I don't trust the Steelers if your life depended on it. I do trust Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau.
Yep.
So I will take Aaron Rodgers all day long on this.
Yeah, I'm going with the Packers. I think Devontae Adams is going to have a big day here.
Yeah. Now we get into the fun game. I know.
We have one more. We have one more before that.
No, I know that, but this one is. I'm waiting for this.
We have a 3-0 team taking on a lucky 2-1 team who could be 0-3 if a certain penalty was called and if the Chiefs actually play defense. The Ravens at the Broncos.
This is the one. I don't care what anybody says. This is the one. Because we're going to find out if the Broncos are legit or not. I think this Broncos defense is good enough to beat the Ravens. So I'm saying the Ravens. I'm saying the Broncos. Excuse me. I'm saying the Broncos.
I still don't trust the Broncos. They've showed what they've showed against teams that are combined 0-9.
Like I said, you give somebody some confidence like they can beat the world, they just might end up doing it.
So I'm going with the Ravens here. All right. Here it is. The most important game, theoretically, in NFL history, taking place on Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady is 46 yards away from surpassing Drew Brees as the quarterback with the most. Shut the fuck up, John. I'm going to stab you in the goddamn face. And he saw me after that. He saw me after that commercial. I was legit upset after that shit. I was legit sad after that shit. This is going to be a hard one for me I'm lucky I got a friend here to try and keep my cool. Yes, 68 yards away from breaking the all-time passing yards record. He passed 80,000 against the Rams. Mm-hmm. Now he's going to pass Drew Brees, and every other throw that he passes, every pass that he throws this year is a new record.
Yeah.
We have Tom Brady for the first time in his career playing against Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots at Foxborough. And one thing the Patriots have changed up in practice this week is Josh McDaniels is running the defense.
What?
Bill Belichick has Josh McDaniels out there teaching the defense all of Brady's ins and outs from him coaching him for 15 total years.
I told you this nigga done pulled out the what is it? The Justice League destruction manual is what it is. If nobody's here for me by 9 p.m. PST on Sunday night, I'm not saying Sin did it, but he should be a prime suspect for my murder. Oh.
And that's the reason I took Monday and Tuesday off, so I can run and go to a non-extradition country.
So the question is, does Tom Brady and his knowledge of Bill Belichick's defense trump the knowledge of Bill Belichick and what he knows about Tom Brady's tendencies in order to be able to stop him? This could end up, oddly enough, because we talk about, he needs so many yards. This could end up being, oddly enough, the lowest scoring game of the week. I'm just saying because
I know what you're saying because they're two people in team, two great football minds who know each other like the back of their hands.
Mm-hmm. I mean, or it could be the greatest game of chess ever. You know,
because that's things they were together for 20 years.
Yeah, that's it. It could be the greatest game of chess ever. You know what I'm saying? It could be dink for dunk. Mac Jones does his thing against Tampa Bay's defense. It could end up being fucking 30 to 27.
And somebody asked me, why you get so emotional about this game. I said, picture this. Picture if Joe Montana would have went to Kansas City and played won a Super Bowl, and then came to San Francisco the very next year and played y'all. Y'all would have felt a certain way.
Uh-huh. Oh,
if Dan Marino went somewhere else and won the championship, went back to Miami and played, everybody would have felt the same. That's a certain way.
Yep.
I feel this way because I watched this man for 20 years change a franchise, make the laughing stock of the NFL into the best franchise in the NFL.
Yeah, Pats do have a better defense. I mean, it's Bill Belichick. See, that's the problem this year, Di, is that the Patriots defense is on point. The Bucs defense, not so much. But that's not really good.
John just made a good point.
What? He's going to throw 5 TDs this game, 3 to Gronk. New England doesn't have any big defenders and would have to fuse 2 CBs together to each other to cover Gronk.
Gronk is going to have a big game. We have issues with tight ends.
The thing, all right, so here's the thing, okay? So I'm going to state, just so we can get this one out there, I think Tampa Bay is going to win this week. But I don't think it's going to be the blowout or the amassing of stats that everybody thinks it's going to be. I think this is going to be a vintage Tom Brady performance where he goes 17 of 24, 230, 245 yards. I think they're going to have to Mac Jones is going to dictate how far the Patriots are going to be in this game. Unfortunately for Mac Jones, he's playing the Bucs, and they have a soft secondary. At the same time, he is still a rookie, and there's things that he hasn't seen yet. So,
well, if Jonnu Smith would have caught 5 of the passes he dropped last week, the Patriots probably would have beat Saints.
Yeah, no, I mean I feel you on that.
Jonnu had a very bad game.
I just think that it's not going to be the high-scoring facade that it is. It's going to be a traditional Tom Brady game. Maybe not even 2017. Maybe 28-24. Tom Brady comes back and wins it at the end. There's a lot because remember, Bill Belichick's defense isn't predicated on talent. It's predicated on the people being in the right position at the right time.
It's on the scheme, yes.
Yeah. That's what it comes down to. And Bill Belichick's been doing it like this for 30 plus years.
45 years to be exact.
45 years. The thing for me is Tweety motivates himself better than anyone else in this league. He was told for 2 decades that he just might be a system quarterback. And I feel that. But I still think it's going to be a traditional Tom Brady game and the Bucs win this one.
I know everybody's waiting with bated breath about my prediction here. I said it during the preview. I think the New England Patriots are going to surprise people and beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Here we go.
Look, I'm looking you dead in the face.
I know.
I am serious about this.
I know.
I believe in Bill Belichick and what he can put on the field against Tom Brady.
Yeah, like I said, it should be interesting, but it's going to be chess. This is going to be probably the greatest chess match in the history of football. I guarantee it.
And on Monday, and I would hate to be the Raiders and the Chargers because they got to follow this on Monday night. But that's going to be a good game because Justin Herbert can light up that Raiders defense if he wants to.
See, if it was Monday night in Vegas, you would have what essentially would end up being 2 back-to-back excellent games with crowds pumping.
He said, "Dear family and friends,
I love you all." It's crazy. I honestly think that the Raiders are going to win this game.
You think the Raiders are going to win?
Mm-hmm.
I am very happy at the revitalization of Mike Williams in the Chargers.
Me too.
He's finally playing to his potential.
Yeah. No doubt this is going to be a shootout. And if you're not watching this game Monday night, you're probably going to miss a hell of a fucking game.
So you said you're taking the Raiders?
Yeah, I'm taking the Raiders.
I'm doing it again, baby. I am going with the Chargers. I told you, Chargers are going to win this division. They're my dark horse to this division.
I think I said that too. I thought I had the Chargers winning this division.
No, you had the Raiders winning the division.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
it was like a tie record or something like that.
Yeah, I did say they were going to split the baby, so I got to start with the Chargers. Chargers are going to win at home. Well, all right, so fine. Chargers are going to win at home. There we go. I'll switch it to the Chargers. Chargers will win at home. Raiders are going to win at their house because it seems like Vegas is an impenetrable fortress.
I love you too, John. And you know me, I'm more mentally stable than I seem sometimes.
Yes. But that's why we love you.
But with sadness in my heart, I'm going to say that I made the Facebook post, Instagram post about it. Even though I'm rooting against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers and Gronk, I just want to thank TB12 and Gronk for everything they did for the franchise that I have been a fan of for 35 plus years.
Oh, I can respect that, sir.
Because for 15 of those years, we were the laughing stock of the NFL, except for a couple of Drew Bledsoe years.
I can respect that. I can respect that opinion. I'll tell you what. I appreciate that, sir. That's awesome.
Well, go Patriots, bitch.
This had to ruin a great moment. All right, so that's it for the week. We did it, sir. We did it.
If I'm not here next week, I'm going to convince my kid to host the show.
Oh, Lord.
So,
me and Amy? Oh, God. That'd be hilarious. I don't know shit about football except the Patriots, and even then, that's kind of 50-50. Oh, well done.
Oh, yes. A lot of beers will be drank. A lot of alcohol will be poured.
I'm just mad I can't be there to join y'all. That's what makes me sad.
One of these years, you will.
One of these years. We'll have to go to if the Raiders play the Patriots in in Vegas, we got to do that. That'd be fun. All right, Lady Di, we appreciate you. It's always much love.
Good night. But anyway, that is it for week 4 of the NFL show. You can join us here every Wednesday evening.
Yes, around 8-ish.
Throughout the NFL season.
Yes.
As we continue to give you guys our thoughts on the NFL and just have a good time with y'all. And we love you guys for coming out and supporting.
Yeah.
And thank you to that Adolf Nazi guy who was trying to spam our chat saying he'll meet us in hell. And,
I haven't blocked anybody in a year. That felt good.
No, and it's weird. That's the first time we actually had one of those guys pop in.
Yeah. Well,
and the fucked up part, that was on YouTube too. Not even on Facebook. That was on YouTube.
Remember, 3 years ago, somebody asked us if we were selling a couch and had to block all them fuckers. But now we haven't had shit. It felt weird not to be able to block somebody. And guess what? We did it. Good job, us.
Sig won't be here Wednesday because Dog, the bounty hunter, will be tracking him. I will break Dog's fucking old ass neck. Fuck that dude.
Oh,
bastard. Anyway.
Yes, anyway. So until next time, that's my man, Big Sin. I'm your boy, Hollywood J. Black. This is That Damn NFL Show. And we are out this thing. Deuces. My mouse is working. No, there it is now. Bye. Bye.
I'll be cheering for Brady only time ever, Sin. God damn it, Bruce. Some bitch.
Bye.